doing so much and running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was.
In 22. Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now I can.
Things started moving fast. Cheese claimed son Rhymir Satithweight just got another win in court right after 50 Cent said he would help him sue. This came just days after a judge gave Rhymir permission to move ahead with the case. Seems worried now, and he put out a strange statement saying Rhymir has been bothering him for years. JJ's lawyers now say they'll bring out proof that Rhymir made things up. But Jay still hasn't taken the DNA test that could settle it all. And now the story's turning dark. Word is, Jay-Z might not want to take the test because of how young Rhymir's mom was when she got pregnant. Rhymir says his mom, Wanda, wasn't an adult when 22-year-old Jay got her pregnant. So, how old was she when you were born? She was about 15 going on 16, and Jay-Z at that time, maybe around 22. So, what's Jay-Z really hiding? You might remember that Jay almost got pulled into Diddy's scandal. One of Diddy's accusers said Jay and Diddy raped her when she was just 13. She later dropped the case, but now she says her story was true all along. She claims she only backed off because Jay-Z allegedly sent private investigators to scare her. But here's what's strange: most major news sites didn't even report it. Big outlets like TMZ and others didn't post anything about Rhymir. You can check their pages and won't find anything. This story has been going viral for weeks, but it seems like big celeb sites are ignoring it on purpose. Same thing happened with the Jane Doe case. Just last week, a judge dropped Jay-Z's lawsuit against lawyer Tony Busby, who is repping Jane Doe, but no big outlet covered that either. It's like people are too afraid to call Jay-Z out. But not 50 Cent. He mocked Jay on Instagram for avoiding the DNA test. And now people are saying that 50 actually reached out to Rhymir and is giving him his legal team to help. That's putting real pressure on Jay. His lawyers are scrambling now and are trying to make Rhymir seem unstable. On June 16th, DZ's legal team filed documents saying that the latest case by Rhymir and Lily is just another part of years of TCR, if harassment. The court papers said the claims were false and already dismissed, but it's weird that Jay's spending tons on legal bills instead of just taking a cheap DNA test. And this time, Rhymir seems to have the upper hand, with support from 50 Cent and all this new info coming out. Jay-Z may be in trouble. Rhymir made his point clear. He said, if you're not my dad, then why not prove it? Just take the test. I'm not trying to start drama. I just want the truth. I can handle it if the answer is no. Even if I feel embarrassed, I can take that. But ignoring me and saying nothing, that's what hurts the most. Now let's talk more about what 50 Cent is doing. He didn't just post jokes about Jay-Z and Rhymir having the same nose. He also went further and reportedly contacted Rhymir directly to offer his lawyers. 50 even posted a cryptic quote on Instagram that said, "A good lawyer knows the law. K lawyer knows the judge." That post made people realize things were getting serious. Up to this point, major media had buried Rhymir's story. But once 50 Cent got involved, Jay's team started to panic. They rushed to file new court papers asking the judge to toss Rhymir's lawsuit. According to Us Weekly, Jay's team claimed the case was just the latest example of Rhymir bothering him for years. The paperwork said the claims were fake and already rejected by other courts. But Dr. Lily Coley, Rhymir's former guardian and a paralegal, fired back. She said Jay-Z's new court filing was full of lies. According to her, this story wasn't made up. Wanda's signed affidavit has been on the court record for years and has never been taken back. She also said the courts never officially settled the question of Rhymir's real dad. Lily pointed out there was no hearing or final ruling to decide the paternity issue. And that detail keeps getting ignored in public talk about the case. Another major point being left out: the age of Rhymir's mother Wanda when Jay-Z allegedly got her pregnant. Let's break down the timeline. Rhymir first became known to the public in 2015 when news broke that he had filed a paternity suit. But his legal battle with Jay-Z started even earlier. Back in 2014, Rhymir and Lily filed their first complaint. But things got strange quickly. That complaint was thrown out fast, and Lily says that's because Jay-Z and his lawyer, Lisa Fisher, gave the court false info. Still, Rhymir didn't give up. In 2018, he submitted new court papers saying that Jay-Z had been using his fame and money to avoid taking a paternity test. And that's when things got even more suspicious. Judges were being told that Rhymir's biological dad had already been confirmed. But when the son got a copy of his birth certificate, there was no dad listed at all. That raised red flags. Asterisk then. Came another twist. Rhymir found out that some people from his own legal team were secretly working with Jay-Z's lawyers. In an interview with The Sun, Rhymir said he never got a fair chance in court because of all the legal mistakes and shady moves behind the scenes. Rhymir also shared that his mom, Wanda, told him Jay-Z was his father when he was around 8 years old. She said they had a short fling in 1992 at Jay's aunt's place in a Brooklyn housing project. According to Wanda, they used protection, but it failed. After that night, she never saw Jay-Z again and had no way to contact him. Sadly, Wanda's health went downhill by 2010, and that's when Dr. Lily Coley was given custody of Rhymir. Lily later told The Sun that Wanda got pregnant soon after meeting Jay. She was just 15 or 16, and things only got more intense after that. Rhymir filed a lawsuit in Philadelphia in 2018, claiming that one of Jay-Z's lawyers made Wanda sign court papers while she was in the hospital recovering from a medically induced coma. Those documents reportedly changed Lily's name on the court petition without proper consent. Rhymir's team believes that shady move got the case thrown out. Lily and Rhymir both said they'd never seen this much legal trickery. But it didn't stop there. They also revealed that Rhymir was shot at soon after filing his case against J-Z. It happened in September. Rhymir was in a parking lot near where he lives, surrounded by several cars, but his was the only one that got shot up. Lily and Rhymir believe that wasn't random. It happened too close to the time of the court filing, but the intimidation didn't stop there. Lily said strangers began showing up at her home trying to scare her into silence. She said, "We've had people drive on our grass, knock on the door at 4 a.m., try to spook us. And all of it started when we filed that lawsuit." Lily also said this case isn't only about Jay-Z. For her and Rhymir, it's about fighting to change the legal system so powerful people can't keep misusing it. She explained, "We want to pass something like the Pro Se Act or Legal Abuse Act. This is bigger than Jay. The system needs to change, 'cause people like us are getting hurt." The courts let it happen. Lily said they're pushing forward even with all the threats and delays. Local prosecutors got involved, but everything is still moving very slowly. She believes it's because of legal corruption, and according to New Jersey law, if someone refuses to take a paternity test, they can be presumed to be the father. That's what the law says. So as of now, Jay-Z is considered Rhymir's legal father until he proves otherwise. While all this was happening, Rhymir filed a new lawsuit. This time he wasn't just suing Jay-Z, he filed it against the New Jersey court system and multiple judges, claiming they helped Jay-Z avoid taking responsibility for over 10 years. In this case, Rhymir and Dr. Coley said Jay-Z lied under oath by telling the court he didn't own any property in New Jersey. He allegedly said this so that the court would think it had no power over him. But Rhymir's team later found proof, property deeds and tax records with Jay-Z's name on them. The lawsuit also names 6 judges that Rhymir believes were part of a setup to protect Jay. These judges, according to Rhymir, kept saying Jay had no property in New Jersey, even though there was evidence that he did. Rhymir believes Jay used his wealth and fame to influence the court and block justice. The lawsuit also says that after Rhymir started speaking out, his car was shot at again. It wasn't just once. Rhymir and Dr. Coley said they noticed people following them and cars pulling into their yard at 4 a.m., they believe these things were planned by Jay-Z's team to scare them. Now, Rhymir and Lily are suing the court system and the judges for violating their rights. They say the legal system stopped Rhymir from getting the truth about his father and ignored clear signs of corruption. Not long ago, Rhymir and Dr. Coley talked with Tasha K and confirmed again that Wanda, Rhymir's mom, was only 15 or 16 when she got pregnant by Jay-Z, who was 22 at the time. Rhymir also explained that the court once tried to close the paternity case by saying the man listed on his birth certificate must be the dad, but Rhymir wasn't convinced. He took a DNA test with that man and the test proved he was not the father, he said. I'm not a lawyer, but they tried everything to stop me. They kept saying whoever's name is on the birth certificate is the dad. But we took the test, and it clearly showed that man wasn't my father. The only other person it could be was Jay-Z. Even after showing the DNA test, the court didn't take action. Rhymir pointed out that in most regular cases, the court would have ordered a DNA test by now, or even started collecting child support. Rhymir made a strong point when he said if the court really thought he was lying, they could have just closed the case with prejudice, meaning it couldn't be brought up again. But instead, the court kept calling him back and making him pay. To refile over and over, he said, if you really thought I was lying, why didn't you just dismiss it for good? Why make us keep filing and paying all these fees for years? You clearly saw something in the case, so why hasn't it ended? Rhymir also made it clear he's not after Jay-Z's money. He said if Jay-Z isn't his dad, he'd be okay with. The Tan would even say, sorry publicly, I don't want anything from him. If it turns out he's not my father, I'll apologize in front of the world. I'm not chasing his wealth. I've got my own family. Just want the truth. I've been fighting for that. He said all he's ever wanted is to know who his real dad is. Not for fame, not for cash, but for closure. He said if the truth came out, it would help him move on and live in peace. I still respect him, even though I may not like what he's doing. It's not personal. I feel like people in power forget where they came from. Sometimes you need to come back down and face things like regular people do. Rhymir said Jay-Z could have easily ended this long ago by taking a simple test. But instead, he let it drag on and caused more pain. Rhymir also said Jay-Z didn't directly hurt them. But he let his lawyers and the system keep pushing the problem away. We could have been done with this years ago. If it wasn't true, just prove it and move on. I would have apologized and walked away. But the fact that you haven't taken the test shows there's something you're hiding. Asterisk, but there's more. People are now saying that the reason Jay-Z won't take the DNA test might go way beyond paternity. The claim is that if he gives his DNA, it might not only show he's Rhymir's father, it could also connect him to other crimes, including serious violent cases. That's a heavy allegation. They say Jay-Z could end all of this quickly by giving a DNA sample. But doing that might allow law enforcement to match his DNA to evidence from unsolved murders that people online have hinted he's linked to. So the paternity case may not be the only thing at risk here. There could be something much darker going on again. None of this has been proven in court, and Jay-Z strongly denies all of it. But the fact remains he has not taken the DNA test. Meanwhile, Rhymir continues to fight. He says this is about more than just him. It's about holding powerful people accountable and changing a legal system that often fails people without money or fame. He and Dr. Coley say they're not afraid anymore. Even though they've had their cars shot at, had people show up at their homes, and faced years of legal games, they're not giving up, Rhymir said. This was never about getting rich. It was about getting answers, not trying to take anything from him. I'm just trying to finish what my mom started. Before she died, she told me to keep fighting for the truth. That's what I'm doing. He added that if Jay-Z really believed he wasn't the father, he could have taken the test and ended this a long time ago. Instead, it's dragged on for years. And now, the case involves lawyers, judges, false info in court, shady deals, and even possible threats to their safety. Now, Rhymir and Lily are also fighting for new laws, like the Pro Se Act or the Legal Abuse Act, to stop courts from letting rich people avoid justice, Lily said. This isn't just about Jay. It's about fixing a broken system. A system that lets lies and money win, while real people suffer. We want change not just for us, but for everyone who comes after us. And under New Jersey law, since Jay-Z has refused to take the DNA test, he is legally presumed to be the father unless he proves otherwise. For Rhymir, that's all he ever wanted. The truth. He says he'll walk away if Jay's not the dad, but someone has to prove it first. Until then, he'll keep fighting.